he mentioned Tampuli before, but what you actually submitted to me, the third name is Sami Awuku, which is 5 minutes. But in his submission, he mentioned Tampuli first.
I would respect, not to challenge the leader, but we will respectfully require of you that we go by the list. So we will.
So Honorable Sami Awuku,
yes,
5 minutes.
Thank you, Speaker.
Right Honorable Speaker, let me thank you for the opportunity to comment on the Appointment Committee's report on the President's nominee for the office of Chief Justice.
Are you contributing to it or you are commenting?
I'm contributing to it, Right Honorable Speaker.
Because the two are different. The two are different. If you are going to comment, I will take note of that. If you say you are going to contribute, then I take note.
Right Honorable Speaker, I'm contributing.
You may go on.
Mr. Speaker, I listened to the First Deputy Speaker as he eloquently also touted the achievement of the President's nominee, including his diligence and competence. Mr. Speaker, this is a sharp departure from a previous position when Justice Bafuboni was nominated for the office of Supreme Court judge under President Kufuor. The NDC vehemently opposed it anyway. Mr. Speaker, our position and that of the minority is not premised on personal grounds, but clearly on a matter of principle. Mr. Speaker, pursuant to Article 1446 of the Constitution, it is clear that the judiciary currently is not leaderless. The acting Chief Justice enjoys the powers of exercising his discretion and also the administration of justice. Mr. Speaker, what may likely create some genuine crisis in the minds of people will be the invitation of Parliament in helping install a new Chief Justice and the court subsequently, if matters before it are resolved and goes the other way. Mr. Speaker, for the avoidance of doubt, Article 144 mandates the President, and the President's power to also nominate a Chief Justice is not impaired at all, and it's not challenged. The President has exercised that power by nominating Justice Bafuboni. Parliament's approval function, like all other constitutional powers, must also be exercised consistently with other constitutional provisions, Right Honorable Speaker, including the separation of powers, judicial independence, the sub judice rule, and also respect for pending processes. Right Honorable Speaker, Justice Paul Bafuboni has less than 2 years to retire. And we respectfully hold the view that this process must also not be rushed. And with all the benefits available to him and the powers available to him as acting Chief Justice, we believe the balance of convenience arguments really can hold sway here. And what is this balance of convenient argument here? If Justice Paul Bafuboni is approved by Parliament today, Right Honorable Speaker, and the ECOWAS Court or Supreme Court decides otherwise, Mr. Speaker, the Constitution does not give direction on how to deal with such matters under such circumstances. Mr. Speaker.
Please, Honorable Member, may you move from that and go to the next topic. You have other issues, go to that.
Right Honorable Speaker, it is our considered position, and we hold a view, and in complete fidelity to the law, that we believe that these processes, we can hold on with it and exhaust the processes. And it's on this basis that we join the House and also call on the House as well to reject the nominee. Thank you.
Honorable Member, thank you so much. You are within your 5 minutes. It was just left with some seconds. Thank you so much for being timeous. We now go to the next person, and that is from the majority side, Honorable Dominic Ayine, the Attorney General and Minister for Justice. You, Honorable Minister, you have 10 minutes. 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
Thank you. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for the opportunity to contribute to the motion.
Honorable members, he is not speaking as a backbencher. He is speaking as a middle bencher.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for the opportunity to contribute.
Sorry. Yes, Honorable Habib.
Mr. Speaker, with respect, you said he is speaking as a middle bencher, but Mr. Speaker, with the agreement we have, middle benchers don't have 10 minutes. Then you have 7 minutes. So, Mr. Speaker, I'm reminded that unless he is speaking on behalf of the leadership, but if the Attorney General is speaking as a middle bencher, he has 7 minutes, not 10 minutes.
Honorable Member, you are right. But what they submitted, I can see they cancelled the Honorable Eric Opoku 10 minutes, and they gave him 7, and rather gave Honorable Dominic Ayine 10 minutes. That's what I have here on the paper. So he is speaking for 10 minutes. Honorable Eric Opoku is giving 7 minutes. That's what they have done. Please.
Mr. Speaker, with respect, in our case, we did indicate that the minority chief whip, that is the ship and the whip, slot was given to Honorable Anyimedu. That was the reason or the basis for his 10 minutes. So if it is the case that one of the leadership from the majority front bench is ceding his position or his allocation to the Attorney General, then they should indicate so. Rather than that, none of the speakers, apart from the leaders, have 10 minutes to speak. So they should put that on the record, so that it will not be the case that leadership will also speak and then...
I have put that on the record. They don't need to do that. So please, let's move on. You have 10 minutes.
Right Honorable Speaker, thank you very much for the opportunity to contribute to the motion for the approval of His Excellency the President's nomination for appointment as Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana of the Honorable Justice Paul Bafo-Boni. Mr. Speaker, I have a preliminary observation to make. As was rightly pointed out by the Honorable Zuwaira Ibrahima, I also, the Honorable Member for Salaga South, I also sat through the entire vetting process and observed, sometimes with consternation, about the conduct that was exhibited at the vetting. Mr. Speaker, the Constitution enshrines the doctrine of the co-equality of the 3 branches of government: the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary. The doctrine of co-equality means also implicitly that the principle of comity, and I'm talking about committee as in C-O-M-I-T-Y, must apply in the relationship amongst the 3 branches of government. What does committee mean? Committee, Mr. Speaker, simply means courtesy extended towards a person that you respect as a co-equal. Mr. Speaker, on that day...
Honorable Member, you have 10 minutes.
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
Unless you want to tell me...
I will speak within the 10 minutes, Mr.
Honorable
Speaker.
Member, unless you want to tell me that the apology are rendered to the judiciary because of the conduct of some members at the Appointments Committee is not sufficient. Unless that's what you want to tell me, I think that you need to move away from where you are now to another issue. I have done that already on behalf of the whole House. And I did it sitting on this same chair, presiding over this House. So please, don't overstretch that issue again.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. I thought rightly that I was adding my voice to your powerful voice about how we conduct ourselves. So I take a cue from you. Mr. Speaker, we on this side of the House, we have no doubt that the President of the Republic appointed the right person to the position of Chief Justice of the Republic. Mr. Speaker, in line with Article 128, Clause 4 of the Constitution, there are three main criteria for qualification as a Justice of the Superior Court. One is high moral character, proven integrity, and that the person should be not less than 15 years experience as a lawyer. Mr. Speaker, the Honorable Chief Justice, the Honorable Paul Bafo-Boni, more than qualifies within the context of Article 128, Clause 4 of the Constitution. He's been a Justice of the Supreme Court or a Justice of the Superior Court for more than 30 years, more than 3 decades. There has been no incident of questionable acts of integrity on his part. Indeed, prior to coming for a vetting, Mr. Speaker, the NIB, or the National Intelligence Bureau, or what we used to call BNI, did background checks on him, and the report came back with a clean bill of health. He is squeaky clean as far as his job as a Justice of the Superior Court is concerned. So there are no questions to be raised when it comes to meeting the constitutional criteria. Mr. Speaker, we all know in this country that our judiciary is at a crossroads, that public trust is fast declining when it comes to the performance of the judiciary. Various studies, empirical studies have shown that that is the case. In that respect, Mr. Speaker, you need an experienced hand to steer the affairs of the judiciary and take us out of that storm. And the right person at this moment in time is no other than the person who has served the judiciary with distinction for over 3 decades. Mr. Speaker, when he answered the questions, you could see he did so with brilliance. You could see he did so from an experienced standpoint, somebody who knows the judiciary outside out, and he is a person who will steer us out of the troubles that we are now facing in terms of the institutional performance of the judiciary. Mr. Speaker, what caught my eye as the Attorney General and Minister of Justice on that day was when he was asked a question regarding how he was going to transform the judiciary. Mr. Speaker, I am sure the minority will, do well to listen to what I'm going to say. Mr. Speaker, he gave us 3 cardinal pillars on which he is going to transform the judiciary. He said he is going to introduce rules relating to procedural clarity and flexibility. Second, he is going to introduce efficiency in justice delivery. And third, accountability at all levels of judicial decision making. This is what we need at this point in time in our history. This is what we need for the judiciary to be independent and to perform and deliver justice to the people of this country. Mr. Speaker, on the issue of pending suits, I am, or let me say my office is, a nominal defendant in all the suits. And I know better, looking at the Constitution and our standing orders, than to comment on pending suits before the courts of justice, whether it is the ECOWAS court or it is our own, judiciary. But, Mr. Speaker, I want to assure this House and all Ghanaians, our citizens who are listening to us, that nothing untoward, no untoward conduct has emanated from my office. And the minority, with all the experienced lawyers that they have, including but not limited to the Honorable Minority Leader himself, should know that if the Supreme Court comes out with its decision saying that the process of the removal of the Chief Justice was groundless, in other words, there was no ground, there were no, legal grounds for the removal. Mr. Speaker, no, listen to this, listen to this. If orders are made, the President of the Republic, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, has no option but to obey the orders of the court. In fact, if he does not obey, the Constitution says that that is a high crime that will result in his removal.
Minister and Attorney General, this is an area that I've given a directive on. You have to move away from it and let's focus on the matter before the House.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Minority Leader is on his feet, yes.
Speaker, with respect, my respected colleague, the learned Attorney General, made reference to me in his submissions. To the extent that I feel misquoted, I just want to take the opportunity to correct the fact on record. He contends that the minority, with all its lawyers, including me, have misconstrued the matters at the various courts, and goes on to make further submission that should there be any ruling in favor of the plaintiff, Her Ladyship Justice Tokonu, Mr. President would obey. Mr. Speaker, the gravamen of my contention and that of my colleagues is to the effect that the learned Attorney General's office, with the time given to file defense in the suit, has failed to do so. That was the argument of bad faith we raised, that in ECOWAS court there's a time, and if we really want to enrich our constitution and enrich democracy, that when a person appears before court, parties to the suit, however nominal, would make their views known. And Mr. Speaker, the learned Attorney General, by making inference to my submission, again says that he is merely a nominal. But as nominal as he is the only party the Constitution provides as the one to file a defense. So it was his duty to take issues, traverse the matters, and Mr. Speaker, throughout the period, he did not. And it was the reason why we argued that, look, having failed to do that on time, you've created a certain lacuna, you've created a certain situation that goes against the rights of the respected former Chief Justice. That was the contention. I was not raising any other thing, but rightly saying that if you had failed on time, especially when you were served with all the processes on time, look at the way the injunction application was speedily heard. The substantive matter was pending long before vacation, and even after legal vacation, you didn't file a defense. You later went to the court to file a process for leave for extension of time, to file your process out of time. Meanwhile, we were receiving a nomination. Meanwhile, Parliament was again bound to hear the nominee. This was the argument we made. And it was
Minority-
not to attack the issue before the court. It
Minority-
was the
minority-
action of your office, and that is why we raised it. So, Leonard Attorney
Minority
General,
Leader,
yes, Mr. Speaker.
we have heard you.
Very
we have
well.
heard you.
Very well.
Please, I was compelled to give him time because you referred to it. And it's not a matter, as I directed earlier on, that is of concern to the motion that is before the House. So kindly move away from there and then make your submissions. I've taken note of the interjections, and you have enough time to make your submission. Please, you may go on.
Mr. Speaker, thank you very much. There is a point of correction, and because we are a House of Record, Mr. Speaker, I think it is very, very important. The Honorable Minority Leader himself knows very well that the rules of court, CI 16, supplemented by CI 47, the High Court Civil Procedure Rules, accords lawyers the opportunity to apply for extension to file their processes out of time. This is not something strange, and there is nothing sinister in what we have done. So, Mr. Speaker, in rounding up, I wish to employ all of you, my colleagues in this House, that we approve the President's nominee because he is ably and eminently qualified in terms of Article 128, Clause 4 of the Constitution. He is one of the most experienced justices of the Supreme Court that we have, and his experience is definitely needed at this point in time in our history in order to
Honorable Minister, you are timed out. Yes, may we go to the next speaker now, and that is Honorable Tampuli Hassan. You have 7 minutes. Honorable Member, please, I was trying to get the second Deputy Speaker. I just recollected he's on an assignment. So may you kindly give me just 5 minutes. I'll be back, and then you make your submission. Sitting is suspended for 5 minutes. Is the judiciary. He was among the 11, and he ran all over the field without touching the ball. And he was substituted. So I understand that. Honorable members, please, we only consider and give prior approval to nominees of the President to the Supreme Court.
Now that the United States Senate has voted